Fire prevention equipment electrical panels have a history of reported issues and concerns. Firstly, arc fault hazards exist. FPE panels have been linked to arc fault hazards, where electrical current arcs between faulty wires or components, potentially leading to fires. Secondly, breaker malfunctions can occur. Some FPE breakers have been known to fail or malfunction, either by tripping prematurely or failing to trip when needed. This can compromise electrical safety. Thirdly, overloading and short circuits are a problem. FPE panels may be prone to overloading and short circuits, which can result in electrical fires or damage to appliances. Fourthly, code violations are a risk. FPE panels have been found to violate electrical codes in some cases, which can pose safety risks and affect insurance coverage. Fifthly, a recall history exists. In 2005, FPE issued a recall for certain panels due to potential arc fault hazards. However, some panels may still be in use today. If you have an FPE panel, it's highly advisable to consult with a qualified electrician to assess its safety and determine if it needs to be replaced. While the current panel may be functioning properly, it's important to prioritize safety. If the electrician recommends replacing the FPE panel, it's strongly advised to follow their guidance. If you choose to continue using the FPE panel, it's crucial to be aware of the potential risks and take additional precautions, such as using surge protectors and monitoring electrical circuits regularly. The Electrical Safety Foundation International has published a safety alert outlining the concerns associated with FPE electrical panels. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has also issued a warning about the fire hazards related to these panels. FPE has since gone out of business, making it difficult to obtain replacement parts or support for their products. Electrical panels, also known as load centers or breaker boxes, are critical components of a home's electrical system. They serve as the central distribution point for electricity, receiving power from the utility company and distributing it to various circuits throughout the house. The main purpose of an electrical panel is to protect these circuits from overloads and short circuits, which can cause fires or damage to electrical appliances. Circuit breakers, which are installed in the panel, are designed to trip and cut off power to a circuit when an overcurrent condition is detected. This prevents wires from overheating and potentially causing a fire. Over time, electrical panels can deteriorate due to factors such as age, corrosion, and exposure to moisture. Older panels may also have outdated wiring and components that are not up to current safety standards. This can increase the risk of electrical hazards such as shocks, fires, and equipment damage. Common signs of a failing electrical panel include flickering lights, frequent tripping of circuit breakers, burning smells, and visible corrosion or damage to the panel itself. If any of these signs are present, it's important to have the panel inspected by a qualified electrician as soon as possible. A professional electrician can assess the condition of the panel and determine if it needs to be repaired or replaced. Replacing an electrical panel is a complex and potentially dangerous task that should only be performed by a licensed electrician. The process involves disconnecting the power to the panel, removing the old panel, installing the new panel, and reconnecting all of the wiring. It's also important to ensure that the new panel is properly grounded and that all connections are tight and secure. When choosing a new electrical panel, it's important to select one that is appropriately sized for the home's electrical needs. The panel should have enough circuit breaker slots to accommodate all of the circuits in the house, with some spare slots for future expansion. It's also important to choose a panel that is rated for the appropriate voltage and amperage. Electrical codes require that all electrical work be performed in accordance with safety standards. These codes are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. When replacing an electrical panel, it's important to ensure that the work is done in compliance with all applicable codes. This may involve obtaining permits and having the work inspected by a local building official. Regular maintenance of electrical panels can help to prevent problems and extend their lifespan. This includes keeping the panel clean and free of dust and debris, inspecting the circuit breakers for any signs of damage, and testing the operation of the breakers periodically. It's also important to avoid overloading circuits by plugging too many appliances into a single outlet or circuit. Electrical safety is a critical aspect of homeownership. By understanding the function of electrical panels, recognizing the signs of a failing panel, and taking appropriate safety precautions, homeowners can help to protect their families and property from electrical hazards. Consulting with a qualified electrician is the best way to ensure that electrical systems are safe and up to code. An arc fault is an unintentional electrical discharge that occurs when current flows through an unintended path. This can happen when wires are damaged, insulation is worn, or connections are loose. Arc faults can generate intense heat, which can ignite flammable materials and cause fires. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or SIs, are designed to detect arc faults and quickly cut off power to the circuit. SIs are required in many new homes and are recommended for older homes as well. Breaker malfunctions can occur for a variety of reasons. Over time, circuit breakers can become worn or damaged, which can cause them to trip prematurely or fail to trip when needed. Corrosion, loose connections, and exposure to moisture can also contribute to breaker malfunctions. When a circuit breaker fails to trip, it can allow excessive current to flow through the circuit, which can overheat wires and cause a fire. It's important to test circuit breakers periodically to ensure that they are functioning properly. This can be done by using a circuit breaker tester or by manually tripping the breaker and verifying that it cuts off power to the circuit. Overloading and short circuits are common causes of electrical fires. Overloading occurs when too much current is drawn from a circuit, which can overheat the wires and cause them to melt or ignite. Short circuits occur when a live wire comes into contact with a neutral wire or ground, which creates a low resistance path for current to flow. This can cause a large surge of current, which can quickly overheat wires and cause a fire. To prevent overloading and short circuits, it's important to avoid plugging too many appliances into a single outlet or circuit. It's also important to use extension cords and power strips safely and to replace any damage to worn wiring. Electrical codes are a set of regulations that govern the safe installation and use of electrical systems. These codes are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. Electrical codes are typically adopted and enforced by local and state governments. Common electrical code violations include improper wiring, overloaded circuits, and the use of unapproved electrical equipment. Electrical code violations can pose serious safety risks and can also affect insurance coverage. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a widely adopted set of electrical codes in the United States. The NEC is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and safety standards. The electrical inspections are conducted by qualified inspectors to ensure that electrical work is done in compliance with applicable codes. Electrical inspections are typically required for new construction, renovations, and electrical repairs. A recall is a voluntary action taken by a manufacturer to correct a safety defect in a product. Recalls are typically issued when a product is found to pose a significant safety risk to consumers. The Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, is a federal agency that is responsible for overseeing product safety and issuing recalls. When a product is recalled, the manufacturer is required to notify consumers and offer a remedy, such as a repair, replacement, or refund. Electrical panels can be affected by several environmental factors. Moisture can cause corrosion and damage to electrical components. Extreme temperatures can also affect the performance of electrical panels. It's important to protect electrical panels from these environmental factors to ensure their safe and reliable operation. Surge protectors are devices that protect electrical equipment from voltage spikes. Voltage spikes can be caused by lightning strikes, power outages, and other electrical disturbances. Surge protectors work by diverting excess voltage away from the protected equipment. It's important to use surge protectors to protect sensitive electronic devices, such as computers, televisions, and appliances. Grounding is the process of connecting electrical equipment to the earth. Grounding provides a safe path for electrical current to flow in the event of a fault. Proper grounding is essential for preventing electrical shocks and fires. Electrical panels should be properly grounded in accordance with applicable codes. Aluminum wiring was used in some homes in the 1960s and 1970s. Aluminum wiring can be more prone to corrosion and overheating than copper wiring. If you have aluminum wiring in the home, it's important to have it inspected by a qualified electrician. The electrician may recommend replacing the aluminum wiring with copper wiring or installing special connectors to improve the safety of the aluminum wiring. Knob and tube wiring is an older type of wiring that was commonly used in homes built before the 1940s. Knob and tube wiring is considered to be less safe than modern wiring methods. If you have knob and tube wiring in the home, it's important to have it inspected by a qualified electrician. The electrician may recommend replacing the knob and tube wiring with modern wiring. Uninterruptible power supplies, or UPSs, are devices that provide backup power to electrical equipment in the event of a power outage. UPS are commonly used to protect computers, servers, and other critical equipment. UPS can provide power for a few minutes to several hours, depending on the size of the UPS and the amount of power being drawn. Generators are devices that generate electricity. Generators can be used to provide backup power to homes and businesses during power outages. Generators can be powered by gasoline, diesel, natural gas, or propane. It's important to operate generators safely and to follow all manufacturers' instructions. Portable generators should only be used outdoors in well-ventilated areas. GFCI outlets are designed to protect people from electrical shocks. GFCI outlets are required in many areas of the home, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. GFCI outlets work by detecting ground faults and quickly cutting off power to the circuit. It's important to test GFCI outlets periodically to ensure that they are functioning properly. Smoke detectors are devices that detect smoke and sound an alarm. Smoke detectors are required in all homes. It's important to install smoke detectors on every level of the home and to test them monthly. Carbon monoxide detectors are devices that detect carbon monoxide gas. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas that can be deadly. Carbon monoxide detectors are recommended for all homes, especially those with fuel-burning appliances, such as furnaces, water heaters, and fireplaces. It's important to install carbon monoxide detectors on every level of the home and to test them monthly. A whole house surge protector protects all of your electrical equipment,